get right into this. Who's not playing for the Golden State Warriors? Because there might be
you hear
people
this?
getting ready to go home, at home right now, getting ready to go out tonight. Why would you go to the game if you're going tonight?
Okay.
The Nuggets are home against Golden State.
Sure.
Listen to this.
If you wanted, you'd go, oh, I want to go see the Warriors.
Friday night.
Tell him who's not playing tonight.
The Warriors have decided to sit,
Okay.
for no apparent reason other than rest, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala, and Andrew Bogut.
And Marie Spates, I saw that as well.
Serious?
Yeah.
Spates? Why would you go?
Because the Nuggets might win. Your team might get a W.
You missed.
I know, I'm being silly. I know.
If you're a Nuggets fan, you don't want the Nuggets to win.
There's another point. So the Nuggets have responded. They're not going to play Lawson, Fareed.
Oh, well, those guys don't play much anyway.
No, but you want to go out and watch the Nuggets then? Because those are not the Golden State Warriors.
Right. It's frustrating. You pay big money to go to the game?
That's crazy.
That's a Golden State Whippies.
Do you think, and speaking of San Antonio,
Wimpies.
San Antonio has done this quite a bit over the last 3-4 years.
On national TV as well.
They've rested Duncan, they've rested Parker, they've rested Ginobili, they've rested Kawhi Leonard at times, but mainly the older guys. And a lot of people get ticked off about that whole thing.
Right.
If you've paid good money, and NBA tickets are good money these days, to go see a good team like the Spurs, and then they sit their 3 stars, how happy are you? Now Golden State's doing it. If you're the NBA and you're Commissioner Adam Silver, is this a concern? And do you need to throw some new rules and regulations into the bylaws saying that coaches cannot do that?
It's frustrating, obviously, for the fan that spends money, but it's also very exciting for the San Antonio fan that gets to watch a team win the championship in June, and part of it is because their best players get to rest in games in March.
But doesn't it strike at the core of the integrity of the game that you're not playing these stars during the regular season? People are paying money to see these guys.
But they don't think that way. They think about one thing, the championship. What can we do strategically?
Do you think the Golden State Warriors care what the people in Denver think tonight?
No, they don't. My question is, if
but
you're the league, are you
talking about
concerned that fans are pissed off all over the NBA because they're not seeing what they're paying for?
We are 2 longtime beat writers
Sure.
of pro basketball. I did it in the ABA and the NBA. He's done it in the NBA for years, in New Orleans and Denver.
Yeah.
What bothered me, think about this as a less is more or whatever the thing you do. It bothered me all the time that, say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would come to town, and he'd have a slight hamstring and wouldn't play that night. Why don't you announce that to the crowd? Not participating tonight. Have either one of you ever been to a Broadway show?
Right, they never say that, yeah.
Yes.
You get a sheet that says...
If the lead is sick, they put a piece of paper inside the playbill that says, so-and-so will not be performing, their place will be taken by.
Didn't it ever bother
Deep
you
cuts.
when you were covering it, or maybe you didn't think about it? Because I thought of the fans all the time. You only think to yourself that San Antonio comes to town and Tim Duncan doesn't play, and you go, well, I wonder why he's not playing.
Oh,
and then the word goes around. People would yell at me at the, why didn't Tim Duncan play?
Right.
It's happened here recently with LeBron.
Sure.
LeBron did not suit up in a game or two against the Nuggets, and and if you're an Eastern Conference team, it's your only performance in Denver all year long.
Right.
And don't you owe the fans? All right, I understand the Warriors can do whatever, but don't you owe your fans, if you're the Nuggets, to say, Ty Lawson's not playing tonight. He's been suspended for drunken driving.
Right.
You have to do that. Ty Lawson's not playing tonight due to injury or due to he's taking a night off. But you owe that to the. If I had a son, and I took my son to the game.
Right.
My son's first question is, Dad, you go out and see the Rockies and Tulowitzki wouldn't play. I knew kids that would say to their dad, why isn't Tulowitzki playing? Well, he'd take Sundays off. And I never got that because both of you know that teams in baseball rest guys on Sunday.
Sure.
That's
Very
when
few
people can go to the games.
Right,
it's on Sunday.
Right.
Why don't you rest him on a Tuesday night when no? You know when you rest players in baseball, That's Thursday getaway day.
Or in November when the season's over. Cal Ripken played every game.
But I never understood that. It was one of. I hate that worse than I hate those sticks in Chinese restaurants.
Do you think?
No bet.
Oh, you're one of those guys that tries to eat with the
how
sticks.
stupid chopsticks are.
Oh,
you probably
man.
you're one of those.
Well, I'm sophisticated, Woody. Of course I use the
Sophisticated?
chopstick. Of course I use
We got
it.
over sticks 400 years ago.
Well, how about this?
Well,
Go ahead, please.
Well, here's a
People
question.
who
Well,
want
here's
to
a
use
question for you.
sticks played with popsicle sticks in the dirt. Still do.
Woodrow, here's the question for you.
Yeah, all right.
Let's say the NBA does announce so and so isn't playing because. Do you make that announcement earlier in the day when people are still deciding whether or not to buy tickets, or do you wait till
Well,
game time?
But you don't know earlier in the day.
Right.
Evidently the Golden State Warriors do.
Well, the Nuggets are not putting out this information. It's coming via probably Golden State or Chris Dempsey or something.
Right.
The Nuggets are not going to announce it because they want to squeeze
They
it.
want people to buy tickets.
They want people
You
to
know
think
the old
Curry's
days of
playing.
baseball. I keep making references, and I'm old enough to remember this stuff. And it's the same way, I'm sure, with the Rockies announcers, where they're told, do not tell people it's raining because we may actually have 50 people show up that are so stupid they would buy tickets to a baseball game when it's raining and it's probably not even going to be played past the 30. I just think that even in history of sports, I mean, Vin Scully, when he was in Brooklyn, they were told, don't say it's raining. How do people get to the game? Do they go through a tunnel from Brooklyn all the way out to the stadium?
Right.
Why do they treat their fans with such disdain that they wouldn't tell them the truth? Do they?
Cash rules
Money,
everything
man.
around me.
They want them to come and pay the money, and then they worry about giving them the refund later.
But you know what? There is not a team in the four major sports, and I'm not including NASCAR,
Right.
the four that we consider historically, that lives off of fan receipts.
Not anymore. It's TV money.
Right.
Yeah, so why don't we be truthful
Well,
with people?
hockey maybe. Hockey a little bit.
The
Sure.
Rockies don't give a damn whether you show up because they've already gotten your season ticket money.
Right.
And they don't have that many walk-ups. They get it on fireworks night. I just don't understand. I mean, if I were in charge of the world, if I were a commissioner, okay, you were short games and all that stuff. Good for you. But let's be honest with people. Can't we be honest with fans?
We cannot be honest with fans.
Here we're going to have a new thing this year. We're going to actually hire independent announcers to do all of the games.
Oh yeah,
so they can tell the truth.
Sure.
And when the
that'll
manager
happen.
is lost 15 games, they might mention during the game that he's in trouble being fired.
Oh, the Nuggets is the, and I feel so bad for the altitude people that work, do the broadcast after the game because they are told to be as positive as possible. The other night, the Nuggets lost by like 15, and the guy had the audacity to say the Nuggets started out strong.
Yeah. But after 4 minutes,
Yeah, right. Like that was part of. Oh yeah, at least they started out strong.
You guys are like me, and I'm sure people watching this I watch the Rockies games and Nuggets games and Avalanche games when I'm not there, and it just, I understand they are paid by the team,
Right.
or they're hired because the team told the radio station to hire them. But I said the same thing the other night.
Right.
Hanslick and forgive me, but I don't know the ladies.
Maya Starks, sure.
Yeah, and they're gonna go, wow, the Nuggets. You're right.
They won the tip-off.
they lose by 40. They lose by 40 points.
Right.
But in the post-game show, 90% of the highlights are the Nuggets scoring.
Right.
If you didn't watch the game, but you tuned in the post-game show,
Yeah.
you'd think the Nuggets won by 40.
So if they're doing that, clearly they're not going to say it's Steph Curry's not playing tonight
I
to
think,
have people
I
not
think of all
come.
the things that ever bothered me about that, though, was for years, they do that thing in the sixth inning. Yes, I know. It's time for me to go. I'm sorry. They do that thing in the sixth inning where they had the tweets and they'd be losing 13
the Toyota
to 2.
something.
Talk, I think. Yeah.
Johnny Ballgame, we love what you're doing now. Hang in there, love that home run. Yeah.
We love you in Greeley.
Yep.
Let's go to the DPTV anchor desk.
We love